When we were thinking about epic ways to celebrate Noah's 5th birthday, the first thing that came to mind, and this was all Cassie's idea, was to go to Toro Cantina. We tried their food as takeout a few months back, and even then, I said I could not wait to go eat there in person. I really can't wait to get to the point where we're a little more comfortable dining into restaurants. They have a really fun, epic dessert that was of particular interest for the kid in all of us. So Cassie made a reservation, and we made an entire night out of it. I would say the menu at Toro is modern with an emphasis on Mexican flavors. Toro is brought to us by the J.O. Restaurant Group, which is the same people who own 677 Prime, which is like one of the nicer restaurants in the area. And the experience at Toro is definitely on the fancier side for Mexican around here. The service was top-notch, and that's something that I have a lot to say about, and I'll circle back at the end of this video. But from the moment that we got there, Cassie had made the reservation and indicated that it was Noah's birthday. They greeted him like with complete welcome and also gave him a little envelope saying happy birthday in it as we were seated, which is a really nice touch. Given that Toro Cantina has like tons of tequilas and margaritas and awesome stuff on menu, what better way than to start a 5-year-old's birthday party than with a margarita? Being that I'm a humongous fan of WWE and the great one, The Rock, I had to go with the People's Margarita. That had The Rock's Teremana Blanco, pineapple juice, fresh lime, agave, and naranja liqueur, which is orange liqueur. The cool thing about Toro is they have like this vast selection of tequilas and stuff, and they design everything around it. It's actually pretty impressive. They even have a variety of Patron that is exclusive to their location, which is actually pretty incredible. I'll have to try that next time. Let me tell you though, man, the People's Margarita, it was a great drink. I thought it was perfect to go with the chips and salsa on the table. One of those things you munch on some chips, you have a sip of margarita. So good. The rim had a little bit of like spice on it. I bet you it was like tahini mixed with the salt. Very good. Noah actually had a chance to sample some watermelon agua fresca and he was loving it. As far as what to order, scrolling through now, I totally missed that there was a barote on the menu with surf and turf. I really should have gotten that, but this time I went with pork tamales, green salsa, black mole, cotija cheese. It was around $20, not bad at all. What really intrigued me about this dish is I love mole poblano, and I wanted to know what the comparison was between like mole poblano, like how did that taste in contrast with the mole negro that was on the actual tamales. And let me tell you, this dish was absolutely fantastic. They actually like plated it with a little bit of a salad on top of it. I just went through that first. That was like the first thing that had to go on the plate. And once you get the tamales, they were really moist for the most part. And the pork filling inside was like a nice braise, probably very similar to what I had last time inside of the burrito. Really good seasoning in that, very good. Then we get to that mix of the mole negro, which is what they call it, which was reminiscent a little bit of mole poblano, but like more forward in the roasted chili flavors. Whereas mole poblano is a little bit more nutty and kind of spice. This is more chili oriented. Then you got also salsa verde, you got some crema on there, you got cotija cheese crumbled on top, and all that kind of played off of the base of the tamales, which was actually a really interesting dish. For some reason, the last like third of my final tamale was a little bit on the dry side, and I don't know, maybe I eat pretty quick, but I don't know, maybe if that was due to eating too slow, or maybe that didn't get a lot of the sauce on it or whatever, but overall the dish was very good. There was also some rice and beans on the side. The refried beans were really good. They were a little bit on the under-seasoned side. Could have really benefited from some nice table hot sauce. And the rice was a nice like seasoned cilantro rice. Again, would have been a nice canvas for some table hot sauce. I don't know, some Cholula, some Tapatio, something basic, but probably would have went well with it. But overall, you can't complain about it. And me looking for hot sauce, I just love spicy stuff, so you gotta go with it. Cassie ordered these crispy fried potatoes for the table with this chipotle aioli on top, and those were really fun. It was like kind of like a deep fried breakfast hash brown potato with this awesome chipotle aioli like mayo on top of it. We ordered chicken fingers for Noah, and it came out on this nice like platter. Out of everything, that was probably the most disappointing because it was just too little kind of like thin chicken fingers on this gigantic platter. And it's fine, but he was already looking forward to dessert at the time, so it didn't bother him at all in the least. Plus there were some chips at the table, agua fresca, and he was playing with all the crayons and all the other stuff that the servers brought over to him. So he was pretty well occupied, but it wouldn't kill them to put an extra chicken tender on that plate. And now we get to the dessert. Now this was kind of the whole reason for going to this place. And the cool thing about the dessert here is if you pull up Instagram and you go to Toro Cantina and you look at like who's checked in there, you'll see this dessert on there, I'm sure of it. Like what you'll see is in top posts, you'll see this like dangling chocolate egg that people are hitting with a wooden mallet. So being all about performance desserts and things that are fun to do at the table, we let Noah order that, and we all kind of split it for the table, and we also let him have the honors.
Here you go. Put it down. Oh, you got it. Give it a little more of a hit.
Once he broke inside of that, there was some pineapple, strawberry, and all of that had like churro dust on it, and there were little mini churros inside of there, and there were these Mexican wedding cookies. Really delicious, and also really a lot of fun. So what we were doing was the chocolate was the most substantial part of that dish. So we were breaking off pieces of chocolate, kind of dragging it through the whipped cream and caramel sauce and chocolate syrup, and just, you know, having a lot of fun with it. Noah loved it so much, he tapped out pretty early. It left kind of a little bit for the rest of us. And also just a testament to the service at this place. Our server actually walked over a brownie with some whipped cream and a candle in it, just knowing that it was his birthday. They didn't do the whole singing happy birthday, which we're actually very happy about, but it was really nice to also have that kind of on top of everything. It was something they didn't have to do, but definitely one of those things where they went a little bit above and beyond. From the moment that we walked in there, the service was top notch and actually amazing. I'm talking about from the host staff and the people who seated us, who gave Noah that little envelope, to our wait staff and the bus staff. Everybody was super nice. Really made for a great experience. And on top of that, this other member of the wait staff seemed to take a particular liking to Noah. And, you know, when she saw him coloring, she brought over some like wiki sticks, which are these waxy sticks that you could build stuff with, and she challenged him to build something. She was super, super nice. And even when we were leaving, we tried to get a picture in front of their little Instagram famous wall, which has like a chair and some neon lighting. And she noticed that we were there and even offered to take our picture, which was really nice of her. Kind of wish I gotten her name, because I think that really deserves some extra recognition, but it was an amazing time all around, and the service at Toro was top notch. As expected, that experience at Toro was amazing, from the service to the food to the ambiance, everything. If you like this video, be sure to hit it with a like down below and subscribe if you like food. And if you want to check out that video of us trying Toro's takeout, I'll leave a link to that right here and you can check that out. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you in the next video.